Google Search Console also, similar to Google My Business, shows you the actual search queries. So what are people actually typing in that are, that's resulting in them actually visiting your website. You've got the number of clicks, but then the number of impressions. How often is your website popping up for that type of query? It may not be on page one or the first slot on page one every time, but how many impressions are you getting, is your website getting? It also shows you, okay, how many pages are ranked? How many pages is Google looking at and has crawled and is ranking in some way, shape, or form? 204 valid pages on this website. You'll notice that there's one page with an error. So you dig in, you take a look at the error, and it just happens to be an author page of an employee that doesn't work there anymore. Not really a big deal. There's not any content on that page anyway. But if you've got 55 pages that are showing errors, you've got something wrong that needs to be addressed. And there's ways, depending on the error, there's ways to address those things. Pass it back off to Paul here.
Okay, cool. So, great job, Alan. Thank you. So the Google My Business, Alan hit on this, but I just want to reiterate that when he was showing you all the data around like the amount of searches, what the search phrases were, that was for the result of your Google My Business listing. So that's different than your website. And what we like about that is, so number 3, if you don't remember anything else from number 3, remember to verify your Google My Business listing, because that gives you that big right-hand side of the page that Alan was talking about. And then on mobile, it stacks differently, but it basically stacks up at the top, and it looks different. Either way, it's a large amount of real estate for essentially verifying the listing and then adding content to Google My Business. So Google My Business is a lot like Facebook and LinkedIn in that you can go post on it. And so again, it's super easy to verify your listing. That's step 1. And then the more that you post on it, and you can put photos on it, and you can make sure that you make sure your address is correct. You make sure that your hours of operation are correct. If you're going to be closed on an upcoming holiday, you go in. Google's watching you do all those things, and it's rewarding you for doing all of those things. And then it's putting your business within the search results for when there's, Alan mentioned, like the branded search and the non-branded search. So Google My Business is a huge critical part of like what we really want you to take out of number 2, I guess. Number 3 is the posting frequency, which I talked about. I talked a lot about that, so I won't harp on it again. But if you thought I was super crazy for my earlier presentation, I just want to reiterate that the proof is in the data. So as you go, we see businesses as they go from posting monthly to weekly to daily to 2 or more times a day on these platforms, we see their website sessions increasing by a large percentage. So that's the point of this slide. And it's all of the platforms from Facebook to Instagram to Google My Business, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Okay, so now we'll get to the last 2, which are the simple part of number 2 was like verify your Google My Business listing. Number 1 was use WordPress, right? And there's a lot of other great information in there. And then number 4 and 5 are a little bit simpler. So running an ongoing Facebook page promotion. One question that we get asked all the time is like, so I just started my company. I just started my company's Facebook page. What should I do? The answer is post content every day and run a Facebook page promotion at the same time.